Up on YouTube, you already know what it is. Your boy Karan from the world of Q. And on today's review, we got Dave Chappelle's 846 special review. Now, it was titled a comedy special, but to me, he got a little bit more philosophical with his approach on this one. I don't want to use the word preachy, so we'll just stay with philosophical. It was a stand-up, but it wasn't a stand-up. He was more so just touching bases on the current events of today, mainly George Floyd and, the outpour and, the reaction of it. He basically had a bit where, I think somebody said, somebody may have asked him, like, what took him so long or something like that. And he said something like, well, the streets are going to talk. The streets are going to say, like, why do y'all need me to say something? Why do y'all need a famous person to say something? Like, nobody gives a fuck about what Ja Rule has to think at a time like this. And that's real, because it's like so many people are quick to jump on celebrities like, yo, why didn't you say nothing? If he didn't say nothing, he or she is condoning this. Or if this person said, like, bro, what if that person's getting the information so they can speak out on it? Because I know for a fact, myself, I've spoke out on a lot of things in the past, and looking back on it, I sounded like a dickhead, like an ass, speaking on some shit that I didn't have no business speaking on, and just didn't have the right information to be even talking like that, So I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, not everybody that's quiet about the issues that's going on right now is saying it was okay for George Floyd to get shot, or saying that they're pro bad police. Because I don't want to say pro police neither, because not all cops are bad. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people are just getting the right education on, damn, like, so I thought racism just like, I call you nigger and it's just that. Like, I didn't know it was really systemic, like where we have police departments doing this shit to y'all, DAs doing this shit to y'all. Like, so many things is happening. Like, I had no idea. And I think the reason why this happened, because, bro, the world was finally stopped. Everybody was forced to chill and actually watch what the fuck happened. And like he said, 846 was his time of birth. It was his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, or it's, his time of birth. And just even like to think about stuff like that. Like, I remember, when this whole thing started to go down, and he was doing a bit, and it was like some white girl in his crowd said something like tough or suck it up. And he kind of educated her on police brutality. And it's like, the cop that shot Tamir Rice pulled him over the night before he shot somebody. And he was like, yo, I shouldn't have to be Dave Chappelle to survive a fucking pullover. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing. Like, bro, we're like, and people was like, oh, he's ranting, or why is he screaming? Like, bro, we're tired of this shit. We're tired. Dave Chappelle, the same shit was happening when he was our age, when he was younger. And this shit is still going on. You feel me? We're tired of it. And like, yeah, he sprinkled some jokes in here and there. The joke about Candace Owens' pussy. And like, I seen her video that she posted. I really don't pay attention too much to Candace Owens, because it seems like she says shit just to get a reaction, just to really be here for shock value. Like, you see it a lot with sports analysts. Like, they'll have hot takes and be like, it's one thing to not agree with somebody's take, but it's another thing like, well, that was outrageous. Like, why would you even say something? Like, come on, bro. You feel me? So I don't even want to touch bases on what she said. Just look it up. I don't agree with anything she said, besides the fact that we do promote a lot of negativity and dysfunction in our community. But she started wilding with everything else she was saying, like I said. So we don't uplift the positivity in our community a lot. And yes, we don't stick together a lot. But, like, that's not a time for people to bash people now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, he spoke on Don Lemon. I already kind of talked about that earlier. Don Lemon calling for all the celebrities to speak out. It's like, bro, like, me personally, I think that don't wait for LeBron or Killer Mike or, Charlemagne or, Michael Jordan or the NFL or everything to save us. Like, yo, as people at the top are working, bro, the people at the bottom need to be working equally as hard, if not harder. Because, yo, it's up to us to make sure people in our neighborhoods is feeling safe. It's up to us to make sure that we invest in, black-owned businesses. It's up to us to make sure, we're not ready to kill each other over stepping over somebody's shoe or over a bitch or something like that. And excuse my language, but it's just like, a lot of shit that we do, we do self-inflicted shit to us that really fucks us up. Like, I think Meek said it before a while back, like, like, the cops don't even gotta kill us no more. We the new KKK. Like, bro, that shit real, and it's painful, Because it's like, yo, that could, let's say if they could stop all this racist shit happening, like, yo, we still got to take care of us. So my thing is, yo, us at the bottom or climbing up the ladder, but we got to do a better job of getting that message across as well too. We got to help the people up at top that's trying to help us out, you know. So we got to help them out by helping ourselves. You feel me? So I mean, like I said, I know I said this wasn't a stand-up, but I thought it was a brilliant exercise in being able to articulate yourself. Like, I have a podcast, so I'm always watching podcasts or like listening to myself, trying to see how I can get better. And like, when I'm mad, I know I say shit that I might regret, or I may not be able to articulate it the way I wanted to. But watching Dave Chappelle do it raw, honest, and just straight from the fucking core, like, you could tell, like, it didn't seem like he really cared to punch these bits up to where we laughed as much. But people did laugh, you know. And that just goes to show you, like I said it in a review before, like, comedians to me, like, they're some of the smartest people in the world because they have to look at everything through their lens and say, how can I make this situation funny? So in order for you to learn how to make something funny from your point of view, you have to then try to understand it a little bit. You have to get more information on it. You have to delve so deep into it to say, aha, I found it. And then once you do that, like, I mean, I can't speak for every comedian, but the comedians that I watch, like the Andrew Schultzes, the Chris Rocks, the Chappelles, the Burrs, the CKs, the Rogans, like, so many of them, like the Patrice O'Neills, the Corey Holcombs, the Damon Wayans, the Martin Lawrences, the Akash Singhs, like, I was like, just so many of them that I watch. I actually learned shit. The DL Hugleys, the TK Kirklands, like Godfrey's, like, I learned so much shit from them. I feel smarter after that. Not only did I laugh, but I'm like, yo, like, I gotta watch that back. Because he may have just, like, a lot of this shit is just medicine on the candy, bro. Like, yeah, like, some people get offended by it, but just, if you actually listen, you know, a lot of this shit is really just, you know, helping us to get by a lot of this shit that people go through in life every day. You know, so like I said, this wasn't a stand-up comedy, but it was just like, you know, he just really got up there, got his point out, and just really to have people listen to him. I don't think anybody else could have really pulled. I don't think very few, I don't want to say anybody else, very few comedians would have been able to pull that off without them feeling like, why are you yelling at me like this? Like, why are you talking to me like this? Like, damn, I came to laugh. Like, it didn't look like anybody that was in that audience was like, come on, bro. And granted, they had fucking masks on, but you can kind of read faces a little bit, like when somebody screwed their face up. So, you know, just like, bro, I think only truly special GOAT-like comedians can do that, you know. So to hats off to Dave Chappelle, like, I enjoyed it, you know, even though I was kind of fatigued from just so much, just us having to relive so many situations and circumstances with the encounter with the cops. But it's just like, you know, hats off to him for, you know, not only doing that, but standing in front of a crowd at the heat of it and then going back at it. You feel me? He also gave, like, kind of like a shout out and a nod to LeBron when that, you know, the lady keep telling him to shut up and dribble and all this. It's like, listen, I mean, like, you know, this guy's been the best at what he does on the court, on any court he stepped on since he was 15. And she's been the best at nothing since never. You know, so, like I said, as a TED Talk, as a motivational speech, as a just somebody getting on stage and busting it up without really giving too much of the jokey joke form into it, like, you know, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars, a 4.5, bro. The only reason why I give it a 4 out of 5 stars because I did expect funny from it. So you know, it was funny. I laughed, but I got more insight on everything else going on in the world outside of that, you know. So, and, you know, I really appreciate Dave Chappelle and so everybody else that's really trying to, you know, help us out. You know what I'm saying? If you're not black, you know, I just want to say I appreciate you. You know, we don't have to have the same political views or whatever, but, like, everybody should be treated, like, you know, fairly equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yes, all lives do matter, but for some reason ours don't at the current, ours haven't for years. So, you know, anybody that's, you know, with us, I appreciate y'all. And if you're not, like, cool, you go your own way, do your thing. I ain't really fucking with you to begin with, you know, but I'm not looking for you to hurt you. So, like I said, once again, it's your boy Karan from the World of Q. I mean, y'all enjoy y'all rest of y'all day. If nobody told you, I love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment, and share on this video. We out.